We on? Where's the timer? There it is. There.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, lads and lasses of the Pike Smokers of Ireland, this is the Pipe Pastor coming to you once again in my weekly residence video for the Pipe Smokers of Ireland. And I have with me today a special celebrity guest, one of my sons in the faith, Kevin Clayball. Kevin, say hello to everybody.
Hi, fellow pipe smokers. How you doing?
You have any Irish in you?
I believe a little bit.
All right. Well, we're in a little bit of everybody. But we're going to take a break today from the book of Ecclesiastes. We're going to jump into it again next week and talking about pervasive unsatisfaction or dissatisfaction. But today I just, there's all kinds of stuff going on. YouTube and social media that are showing a very great animosity, it seems, toward police officers and officers that keep the peace, officers that keep us protected, officers that, in Kevin's case, who are correctional officers and are watching over the people that we put in prison. And very seldom do we ever really hear from the mouth of the guys that are in the belly of the beast, as it were, what it's like for them. And so I just wanted to ask Kevin a couple of questions. First of all, I just wanted to allude to the fact that when Kevin first came to us, he was an artiste of short sort. He was helping his grandfather in a business where they made high-end pool tables. Can you tell us a little bit about that business?
Oh, absolutely.
Wish you had pictures. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. I've got a few up actually on Facebook. I made a page for Rebco Billiards, REBCO.
Take a look at him, man. Awesome.
Grandpa's been in the business probably 60 years now and been in business for himself for making his own tables, that is, for all but about 10 of that. And I wish I could get back to it. There's just not enough money in it right now with the recession we're in, and supposedly the economy's coming back around, but it's still not enough work for both of us. It's a lot of work. We specialize in restoring antiques, and Grandpa's actually got tables not just across the nation, but we've got about 8,000 plus customers across the nation, and I'm not sure how many, but he's got several international as well. He's gone to the UK several times to install Old Brunswicks, and been to Saudi Arabia, Australia. He's been all over. It's been a really good business for the family, and I can't wait to get back to it one day.
You think you might inherit it?
Yeah, to my knowledge, I'm the only one that has any interest in taking over. Grandpa's a really hard guy to work for, and he burnt out my dad and both my uncles, and my aunt has no interest in it. There's only one other grandson, and he tried his hand at it for about a year and decided it wasn't for him. So,
what makes it hard to work for him?
He's got a harsh personality, and is not afraid to tell you things the way he sees it. So if he thinks you're not giving your all, or if like for instance, my cousin that was helping us out for a while, there was one time we were trying to get a big 9-foot table into a cabin up in Bass Lake, and my grandpa was trying to give him instructions on how to go up these stairs.
Oh my
and
gosh.
He kept, like, he had to have the table in his hands a certain way so that it would work right for me on the other end going backwards up the stairs. And he's like, well,
Oh my God!
I'm ambidextrous, so it doesn't matter which how I hold it. And he just kept arguing, trying to get his point across. And finally, Grandpa had to make him go sit in the car because he kept at it. And he's like, look, this isn't personal. It's business. It's for our safety. But you need to go sit in the effing car right now.
Wow.
And yeah, so
Yeah, that always freaked me out. I worked for somebody like that in cement, and when they're pouring cement, they freak out, because it's going to dry any minute. So
yeah.
I know about that. If you can get a chance, go to this site and see what I'm talking about, because I guarantee you're not thinking about the kind of pool table that they made. These things were crazy good. What's the page again?
Rebco Billiards, REBCO.
.com?
Yeah, there's a website as well that's you can go to and for more information. But on Facebook, I created a page.
Okay, so if they go to your Facebook site or just Facebook, if they just type into their window Rebco,
it should come up. We've had other customers find us. So.
Rebco Billiards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just type it in the window on Facebook, Rebco Billiards, and take a gander at these pool tables. They're crazy good. I mean, just it's the kind of stuff that you dream of having, and something to say that Kevin had his hand in some of that. So anyway, so then you're working there. You got married, became Paul. You're a Paul married man, and set your sights on becoming a correctional officer. Why did you do that?
Actually, when my brother-in-law and sister-in-law told us about it, California's in the process of hiring somewhere around 6,000 officers over the next year or so. And this started, it was a 2-year process, my application process. But I had started to have a desire to get into law enforcement because of where I see our country headed. And I want, God awakened something in my heart to, as a protector, to do something in law enforcement to help out. My initial response was to want to try and join Sheriff's Department, as Garrett has. And but with a wife and 2 kids, it was not really conceivable to drop off my current well-paying job to not get paid and have to actually pay out money to go through the regular police academy. Whereas a Department of Corrections, it's a state job, and they pay you through academy.
Oh, okay.
And so it was still a pay cut, but now that I've graduated, it's about $1.50 hour more than I was making at my previous job.
Okay.
And with pay increases every 6 months. And when they initially told me about it, I was actually very turned off, because every movie or TV show you see about prison, everything's super corrupt, and it is. But they're, especially at the prison that I'm at, they're working very hard to turn that around right now. And if you've been, the term they use is less than honest, it's immediate grounds for dismissal.
Okay.
Because if you get called into court, the defense will use that against you. Well, you were, dishonest back here. Why should we believe you in this testimony now?
Right.
And so that's another criminal out on the streets, because you were dishonest about, you brought even something as simple as giving an extra tray of food to an inmate. If you lied about it, you're done. And so, I mean, everything you see in the movies, it's a very negative picture of just the world of corrections, and it's super dangerous, and walking cell blocks.
Here, tell us about that. What's it like to walk inside a prison? First of all, as a Christian, you have some, I assume, spiritual sensitivities to things.
Yeah.
Can you sense it in the prison?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
something on that? Something
Yeah.
there?
Just as soon as you walk in, there's an apprehension that comes over you. The old school officers will refer to it as a nervousness or just a heightened sense of awareness, like you feel something's going to happen, and in a way that's good, because you got to be alert at all times, but you can't let that get the better of you. And
So you're just constantly wary.
yeah, like they talk about, it's no fun to go to theme parks anymore because there's so many people around and you're on all the time.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't just turn it off?
No. You're worried about everybody. You see a tattoo on some guy's neck, and one of the sergeants at Academy was saying he went to Disneyland and they were in line for a ride, and there was a guy, he saw a tattoo on his neck that indicated he was a norteño, one of the northern gangs in California, and so his guard immediately came up, and then he took in the whole situation. This guy's just here with this kid. He's just trying to be a good dad right now, regardless of what his life is like outside. And I guess the norteño turned and looked at him. I don't know what it is, but cops just have a look about them, and he could tell that he was a cop or a correctional officer or something. And so it kind of gave him the nod, hey, how's it going? And he's like, not bad. And then he said, it's good to be able to spend time with your kids, huh? And the gang member said, yeah, it is. And they just kind of left it at that and had a mutual understanding, and the rest of the day went well. But like I said, you're just on all the time. If you go into a restaurant, you're trying to find the booth where your back is to the wall and you can see the door, because you want your eye on the exits.
I do that anyway. I still do that, yeah. Situation awareness.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, especially in these days with Islamicists going around killing people in theaters and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I'm in a theater, I make sure I have a seat where I can react. If I'm in a restaurant, I make sure that I get a situational awareness of everything around me and that my back is covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a couple interesting things I didn't know.
Yeah.
Apprehension on the job, bang. It hits you, you're always ready for something to happen, and you don't turn it off, which puts a lot of strain on marriages. I think what Brian was telling me, he's a policeman in Selma, Sanger?
Madera.
That the divorce rate among the cops is like in the 90%.
Wow.
Because they can't turn it off when they come home, and yet they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And they go inside themselves, and
The wives,
pretty tough.
Yeah, the wives don't understand, and they don't understand why you can't talk about it. But there's pretty horrific things that happen, and like, there was a mafia hit that happened inside the prison several months back. That the guy, the victim, was completely cut up and thrown in a dumpster, and there was not a drop of blood in the cell. They don't know how the guy did it.
Wow. So you have to be prepared on any daily basis to see what you don't want to see.
Yeah.
Take in what you don't want to take in, and perhaps deal with some violence. This stupid woodpecker now is on the top of my roof. So that's fascinating. I think that's incredible. You have how many kids now?
2.
And you have one in the oven?
No.
No, everybody else has one in the oven.
Yeah, everybody
not
else.
you. There's a big pregnancy burst going on in my church right now, so it must be the sermons are causing fertility or something. And tell them about your children.
We've got a beautiful 4-year-old daughter and a handsome 2.5-year-old son. actually I think 3 days apart from Cully.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, we would like to have another, but Christine's got some health issues with blood pressure. It's called there's a condition that women can get during pregnancy called preeclampsia, where they get high blood pressure. With Liam, she got what's called postpartum preeclampsia, and after he was out, her blood pressure shot up, and she's been on medication ever since to control it. And there's something toxicity or something that she can get if we try and get pregnant again. So
Toxemia?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. So we want to get a second opinion from another OBGYN, but for now we're done. We would like another though.
Dude's good though.
Yeah, and one of each, so we can't complain.
And aren't those great names, Lexi and Liam?
Yeah, both are sort of defense. Lexi is a female derivative of Alexander, which is helper or defender. And then Liam is a short form of William or Wilhelm, which is helmet or defense.
Wow.
And particularly in Liam's case, his middle name is Christopher, like my middle name. And so it would translate out to like Defender of Christ.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Most of the people in our church really spend time, and we teach this, they spend time naming their kids. They name them something that means something, that and it says something hopefully about their personality and their destiny. And I think that's great, but those are great names. I love those names. What got you into pipe smoking? Oh, by the way, let's talk about our pipes for just a minute. I'm smoking a Nording, and this is one of my favorite pipes. Those of you like Rob Gardner that rubs my nose in it all the time, I'm a stem freak. And this has got amber and black in it, and it's just stunning. Don't you think that's crazy? There you go. Look at that, guys. Awesome pipe. They're trying to sell this for $650 at Cigars Limited.
Wow.
And they did that for like 6 years. I came in one day and said, you're not going to sell that pipe. I'll give you $200 for it right now. All right.
Yeah, they're a little overpriced there, especially on their pipes. But,
They sure are. And the tobacco smoking is Black Gold Plus, and this is wonderful. By the way, last week I smoked that Stanwell Cherry, and it wasn't awful. It didn't burn me, but I smoked it slow, and so I gave it to Kevin.
Yeah.
And Kevin's trying it today.
Yeah, it's actually really good. And I'm smoking it slow, not getting any bite. So
They're tasty.
yeah, it is pretty tasty. This is a Barantini. It's rusticated, nice squared off.
Nice. Handle?
Yeah, and then it's a military bit. I don't know a whole lot about it aside from that. It was a gift from my father-in-law. He's more into smoking cigars now, and he had about 6 or 7 pipes that he gave me. And
Isn't that nice?
I've since given a couple of those away to brothers as kind of commencement gifts as they become 18.
That is a nice pipe, brother.
Yeah, this one's really nice. I probably my favorite pipe. I've got a couple Petersons that I love as well, Capettes, but this is probably my favorite. I love that military bit on there.
Very nice.
And then as Pastor said, it's I'm smoking that Stanwell Cherry.
And, okay, what got you into pipe smoking?
The Great Bearded one.
Nick Bold O'Donohue, my son. Okay?
Yep. Yeah, it was a few months after we started attending Legacy. He and Alicia and Christine and I started hanging out quite a bit, and we went over for barbecue one evening, and he asked if I'd be interested in trying a pipe, and said, sure.
Imagine that.
Yeah. There's just, you see it in old movies, people smoking pipes, and there's something like rustic and elegant about it that is just attractive, particularly to a manly man. And so I tried it and liked it. Heard some stories about other men in the church that Nick has tried to get involved, and they had bad reactions and puked. But
That would be Steve Hunt.
yeah.
Because Nick is a fool. He gets guys, he tries to get guys into pipes by giving them a full bowl right from the beginning without them eating. And this was another guy who was over there going to eat with him. And before dinner, he offers him a pipe, full bowl, empty stomach, and for the entire dinner. And he was loving it too. He loved it. And then something came over him. If you guys know what I'm talking about. And he spent the rest of the evening driving the porcelain bus, man. And
Yeah.
I mean, full throttle, man. Oh my! He'll never get near another pipe. I think he's done that 2 times. And that's not the way to get recruits into our craft, into our hobby.
No, I think he learned from that mistake, and when he started me off, he gave me my first pipe, but he started me out with a half a bowl, and that's not the one. Where are we at? It's a Peterson Emerald. What's the number on it?
Ooh,
It's a 87S.
oh my gosh! Oh, it's got that green stripe in
Yeah,
there.
beautiful green stripe, and just the grain on it is beautiful. There's beautiful bird's eye on.
This isn't a
the
PS.
opposites.
This is a what now? This isn't a PSOI special, is it?
No. I didn't even know about the group until last year. This is
Look at that,
just,
man. Like it. It's almost like a St. Patrick's Day pipe.
Yeah, I mean, there's a beautiful straight grain on one side, and then you flip it over, and there's bird's eye. Yeah, that was my first pipe, and a gift from Nick.
The great bearded one.
And I think the only time I'll ever let that out of my hands is when my son is old enough, and I'll hand it down to him.
gosh. Love that. I love it.
But yeah, he started me off with a half a bowl of black gold.
Okay. Of course. And what's your favorite tobacco?
I'm really enjoying the TK6, but I love
TK6 is Peeps Moss.
yeah. Not Somerset from Highlands. That's my favorite.
That's the one that tastes like marshmallows, or was that Snowflake? One of them tastes like marshmallows.
I think Snowflake kind of tastes like marshmallows, and I don't care
Okay.
for that one as much.
The Somerset's one that tastes a little bit like cinnamon or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, both of those are really good at HighlandCigars.com too, where I get Black Gold, Somerset, and Snowflake. Real mild tobaccos, and like I said, Snowflake tastes like marshmallows a bit, and Somerset's got a Virginia feel to it. I think it may be Virginia's, as a matter of fact, but it's got a little bit of cinnamon and stuff in there, so it's pretty good.
And I also like their Caribbean blend. It's a little on the fruity side, but it's very good.
Very good, very good. Well, I'm enjoying being with you. It's been a while.
hmm
Your schooling took how long?
12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Yeah.
Long time. I'm very proud of you, man.
Thank you. It means a lot.
And you're good spirit, and I'm praying for all you guys now. We got 4 of you in the church, don't we? Garrett, Brian, Kevin, and Nate.
Yeah. And
2 policemen, 1 sheriff, 1 correctional officer.
yeah, it's really screwing with Seth's worship schedule.
Yeah. Kevin plays the bass in our worship team, and as a sweet spirit, conscientious young man trying to be a good cop in a profession where, to be honest with you, every cop will tell you there's law-breaking cops too.
Yeah.
We're all struggling with their sin natures, and there's some bad ones. I wouldn't say there's half though. just some small percentage of them that are enough to sully the good reputation of good men like Kevin. But keep Kevin in your thoughts, because the job the vocation that he has can break a man's heart down, make him callous,
Yeah.
make him hard, make things hard on his wife, and basically rape and ravage his soul at the things that he's got to see and the things he's got to. And all of us have had our hearts broken, and all of us have had our tempers flared by people in the world. But he has a profession where he is in the midst of the small percent of the worst part of humanity. The whole population he deals with are men that are dangerous, men that are lawbreakers, men that would take your life in a minute. There's sexual perversion, there's all, you name it. And the worst of the worst is what he has to be around every day, and his life's in peril every day.
Yeah.
And so you want to keep him in your mind. For those of you that are praying men, remember Kevin. He's one of our members. And what do you think about the Pipe Smokers of Ireland? Are you members of any other clubs?
The one that Nick and Drew run, the
Central Valley.
Yeah, Central Valley Pipe Smokers, or Pipe Society.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, probably on that one more than Pipe Smokers of Ireland.
Well, you need to come on our site more. What's the matter with you? This pipe club, this pipe community has the finest gentlemen and the finest ladies that you can find anywhere. Central Valley Pipe Club's got Nick and Kevin Weens. I think they got 4 members.
Yeah, we've. I think there's something like 40 people that are actually signed up and 4 people that are active. And then
I mean, there's 36 people that don't give a rip about Central Valley.
And then Brendan Hennessy will, like, once a month throw something up there.
Nick gave Brendan Hennessy one of my Tinsky Bulldogs, that doofus. I'm going to have Brendan come over. I've got a great looking pipe. I mean, it looks like it's about $400 pipe, and it's like an $85 dud. And I'm going to get that Bulldog. I ain't going to lie. I'm going to do it. But, yeah.
Mark Tinsky's a very nice gentleman. I conversed with him once or twice via email. After I got married, I worked with my grandpa for about another year, and then the economy really went south, and he had to let me go. And I was trying desperately to find work, and you had suggested pipe making to me, so I shot him an email.
Oh, you would too. Rock it.
Yeah.
You would rock it. Keep it in the back there, man. Keep it in the back.
Yeah.
And so he talked with you?
Yeah, he talked with me a little bit. He gave me a couple articles to get me started, and
he's generous, man. Let me tell you, he'll give you the store. He'll tell you everything you need, most of the stuff he's got, everything he's done to be successful. He doesn't hide anything.
Mm-hmm.
Great people. And all he does is he makes pipes so he can go fishing. That's what he loves to do. Loves to fish. So he doesn't care about anything other than making great pipes that you'll buy so that you can pay for his fishing trip each year. They're just good people. Mark Tinsky's good people. And so, yeah, but I need to get as many of you good artists involved in pipe making as possible, so that you're forever my vassal. So any good pipes you make, I get at half price or whatever.
I need to get in touch with John from J&J. I had met him at one of Nick's birthday parties and had asked him about it, and he had offered to show me how to start making them. Mm-hmm. So I got to get with him and work on that. Also,
some members on our pipe club, John Hines, makes great pipes, and he would be good to talk to. Good, great soul. And Trevor Talbert. Trevor Talbert makes some high-end pipes, but I think his mark on the world is the fantastic Halloween pipes he makes. He's a twisted individual, Trevor is. He's a H.P. Lovecraft freak, so he's a bit twisted, and he likes to make his pipes that way. And so his Halloween pipes and his Gremlin pipes and all that are just crazy to look at. If there's a website that shows all of them, crazy stuff to work at. And he also has a machine where he can design his own inserts so that his inserts are all carved and stuff like that. It's really cool. But I known Trevor for a while since he was in France, and now he's back here. But Trevor also would give you some good points. He's a good soul, and as is generally pipe makers in general are guys that want other guys in the craft, and they're willing to help you get started any way you want to get started. Where can you find that? That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of talked out. You talked out? You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm good.
All right. I can't think of anything wise to say. And you guys say my videos are too long anyway, so with that, this is the Pipe Pastor, and this is young Kevin Clayball, and we're signing off to you. What's that site one more time? What can we think?
Rebco Billiards.
Billiards on Facebook. Just type it into the thing. You got to see his stuff. And after you see that, if you leave any comments after this video, a comment on the pool tables. I'd be interested to see what you guys have to say about that. Okay? So here we are. We're signing off. We'll see you. Sláinte.